Welcome to Point Blank Period. Point Blank Period.
Point blank period.
Point blank period.
Point Blank Period. No pressure.
Can't have a baseball conversation without bringing up Ohtani.
He's a great pitcher and a power hitter. Yo, this man's top 5.
I'm still taking today's NFL.
I'm going with the 90s.
None of them are better than Brady.
This is your argument?
No, what I'm saying is, who's MVP? Do they not matter no more?
Like, everything you said before that point is irrelevant.
Not how the NFL works, baby. We drafted your replacement already. So
I don't got to talk to no peon.
why not just come back and prove?
This time he really going off. Fireworks.
Because we can't argue facts. What I told you when you got involved with this.
This
Grown
is
man business. Grown man business.
Basketball with Philly. What should they do with Joel Embiid and Paul George? They always injured. And the question is for them two and also Zion Williams. Over and under 50 games played this year. It's on you, Mr. KD.
This Joel Embiid and PG news.
Oh, let me close this topic real quick and be real straight to the point. You trade both of them. Get them out of here.
I say it's the simplest. It's the simplest solution. Get them.
You added the audible 50 games or less. Doesn't matter. I'm not gonna answer it. Don't care. Zion, I think, will play over 50. I think the losing weight and the shape he's in right now will
it definitely helps him.
He's gonna be more fluid. Is less wear on his tires, so to say. So I think Zion will be over 50 and be a PG-13. I don't care. I just feel like they need to be traded, and Philly needs to invest in Maxey and start building around him. What you got, Amar?
Oh no, I have the exact same notes. You stole that right from my book before we started shooting. And I definitely agree. I think it was actually about time for Embiid to go maybe 2 years ago. Actually, right, maybe not after his defensive player of the year, but the year prior.
He won defensive player of the year?
Yeah, he won a defensive player of the year. Oh no, not a defensive player of the year, MVP. That's what it was. Not defensive player of the year. MVP.
What?
That's
I didn't know he really played defense.
No, not defensive player of the year.
You talking about the one they stole from my boy? Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
So he should have been gone not the next season, but 2 years removed from that.
Well, the end of that next season. Yeah, the end.
He should have been gone. I never understood the move for Philly bringing in Paul George. I mean, I get it. You getting a 3-and-D player. It doesn't make sense to have two players that will never really be on the court at the same time. So I definitely do see the reason in trading them. I don't know exactly where either player would go, or what teams could even carry their contracts at this point. Don't really care necessarily unless Paul George is coming back to Indiana. But yeah, I don't really care. As far as their overall philosophy, I do think, like you said, I do think they need to get this money dispersed so then they can invest in building this team around Tyrese Maxey, who is obviously their young star. And to the game props that IT did post, like you said, I got Zion going over 50 games. I do think his weight loss, his new training regimen is going to be going to help him a lot, especially this upcoming season. And then being that they did bring in a lot more talent to New Orleans, he's not necessarily going to be the number one focus for scoring. So he doesn't have to worry about that necessarily either.
Who are you talking about? You're not talking about Jordan Poole, right?
Hey, man. He scores.
We'll do that another time.
He scores. I ain't got no. He's a scoring threat.
Okay.
So he ain't got to really look. He ain't got to look into too much into trying to score, but he is gonna be looked at to be one of the high volume scorers on his team, being that he is the star. So I see Zion going over 50 games.
He should have an all-star season. He should have an all-star season.
Yes, no doubt. I can definitely see Zion going over 50 games. I don't see Joel or PG actually making it over 50. It- Crazy to say, I got him right at 45.
And Mr. KD, I'm gonna ask you a question about Zion. You just said part of what I'm about to ask. You said All Star. If he does play with 50, so we're gonna give him an All Star. That means he got to at least play 65 for that. What do you see him looking like?
No, not All Star. All Star?
Yeah,
That's
for any
before.
awards you got to. Oh no. Cause All Star is done
Yeah,
way before. Yeah, that's
yeah.
done before February. So you're right. But what do you see him? What type of season you see? Points, rebound. I mean, what do you see if he plays 50 to 60 games this year? How dominant do you think he could be?
They still got DeJounte, right? Am I tripping? Or
Yeah,
is he still there?
I believe he's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
DeJounte has
him,
been one of the
Poole.
underrated point guards for me for a while, even with San Antonio and all his stops. But I got Embiid if he capitalizes on the opportunity like I expect him to. I got him like 19-7-4. But I think the fact that his impact is going to be what pushes him to an all-star because we know the votes count when you talk about all-stars. And he's going to be so electric and the highlights are going to be so viral that that's going to catapult him into the all-star realm. So that's why I said his stats will be enough to hold weight towards the impact he's going to have as far as the highlights and the viral moments and all of that.
I'm really starting to think you taking off my sheet because your stats close to mine. We kind of fluctuated in a little area. I did have him a little bit scoring a little bit more. I actually had him getting 20. So I had him with 27 and 3.
Oh no, 27-3. I thought you said
No,
27.
not 27.
Oh,
27
right.
and 3.
Okay,
Yeah, he's
okay.
yeah. I feel like most of a bulk of his points are gonna come off putbacks mainly, and that's
Yeah,
why I
you
feel
only
like he's
1 point off. We right there.
yeah,
If you talk
yeah,
about
that's what
one
I'm like.
point.
I like the 1 point. I feel like it doesn't really make that much of a difference. I just feel like Zion's more of an and one threat, being that he's more in the paint. He
He don't hit the
dunks.
free throws. That's his
Yeah,
problem.
that's the main thing is him hitting the free throws. So uh, I don't know whether his new training regimen has him doing a lot more free throw shooting or even focusing more on his jump shot than his overall like wear and tear on his knees just to try to kind of limit that. But
I
I
don't
do
want to
think
shun him.
Zion's ready for another All Star season.
I don't want to look down on him or negate because he could have had a hell of an offseason to improve it. But just as far as his jump shot, the mechanics of his jump shot and everything, I don't see that improving too much. Now, like I said, he can shock us all, but I don't see too much growth in that as far as the jump shot. But I am interested to see how he's going to attack these matches and mismatches. Will that lost weight make him quicker on that first step? Because that's really where he's most dangerous. The first step is where he gets you. So will that lighter body make that first step more exclusive?